Hello, everyone. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It is week 16 NFL fantasy picks. Me and my partner, we're going to go over some epic things, some deep sleepers, some contrarian picks, all of the things you need in order to make some money in daily fantasy sports, whether it's Draftkings or Fanduel. So, welcome to our show, Quace Sports.
Yeah. Your boy Ace. I'm gonna start up with the injury report. Um, First with the Bucks versus the Cowboys. Some of the injuries. It looked like D-Jax might be playing. He's questionable. Uh, for the Cowboys, Zach Martin and Tavon Austin and Sean Lee is also questionable. The next game we have is the Bills versus the Pats. Um, Not many injuries on this one. Chris Ivory is questionable. And for Falcons at Panthers, a big one we learned this week is they shutting Cam Newton out for the season. So he'll be out. And Julio Jones is questionable. So that's a big one. Um, Jags at Dolphins. Both teams don't seem like they have much to play for. But the kicker for Jacksonville is out. So be on the lookout for that. Josh Lambo and Kenko Alonso and Xavier Howard is questionable. And Giants at Colts. We're not sure what's going on with Odell. It looked like he's questionable again. T.Y. Hilton is questionable, but he's been questionable for like a few weeks now. So he looked like he might still be playing. Mike Mitchell is questionable. And then we have Eagles versus the Texans. Wentz is out, as we know, and Sidney Jones is out also. So, and then we have Vikings and Lions. Um, for the Lions, Bruce Allington is out. So it looked like the Lions have a few questionable guys, but it still looked like they're gonna be playing like LeGarrette Blount, Matthew Stafford, Kenny Galladay. So they all questionable. And Packers as Jets, we have Wendell Cobb. I mean, he's doubtful to play, so we don't think he's gonna be playing this week. Bengals at Browns. Tyler Boyd, your boy Tyler, is out this week. So Vatanze Burfict is also questionable. So Rams at Cardinals. Todd Gurley is questionable. So that's a big one for us. Like we have to keep an eye on that, especially Todd Gurley is so expensive. So Cardinals, JJ Nelson is out. And Patrick Patterson sound like he's questionable for this game. So,
Ooh.
but it looked like he might be playing because he sounded like he's just sick. So nothing too big there. Chicago at 49ers. Not too many injuries, not too many big injuries for this one. So we're gonna skip that one. And then Steelers game of the week
Game
at
of the
Saints. James Conner looked like he will be out again. And Juju is questionable. So and then we have the Chief and the Seahawks. So I mean that's another big game for both teams. It looked like Sammy Watkins will be out. Spencer Ware is questionable. So I mean the Chiefs is like getting more thin at running back. And the Seahawks, like most of their key players will be playing. So I won't go too much into the teams. Um, Broncos at Raiders. Not too many big injuries there. And that's pretty much all I have for the day. So let's go.
Let's go. Let's go in and let's go. All right. So that those some interesting injuries or people who aren't playing.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm loving this. I'm loving this week, and I'm feeling it this week. This week is mind blowing. It's the end of the season. People are going to take a little bit more chances. It's all about coaching. What do you think the coaching is going to do? How do you think they're going to call the plays? You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
are they going to preserve some players? Are they going to expose some players because they're NFL is a business too. You know, people got contracts. People are gonna be on free agency next year. So some people have a lot to fight for. Some people don't. All right. Let's start with
So first game I have for you is the Cincinnati and Cleveland.
Cincinnati and Cleveland.
Division.
So
What you think of your boy Baker? Ha.
Baker Mayfield. He is what 6,200 on DraftKings, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
He I think he's a okay. The mass, the public aren't going to have him. The sports fantasy guys are going to have him. So I think he's a good pick. I don't think he's really a sleeper. I think his ownership may be around 14%, because it's against a bad Bengals defense. Um, so I think he's a decent pick, but you also got Nick Chubb back there. He might score the touchdowns. Baker's not throwing for 4 touchdowns, I don't think. But I think he's a good dual threat. Dual threat quarterbacks are also really good. Baker coming off of a bad week too last week. So it could be that yo-yo effect where he did bad, then he do good, do bad, then do good. I'm going to have some exposure to Baker Mayfield, and I'm going to stack him with Joku. So a couple of my lineups, I will have Baker Mayfield just because of the Bengals defense. I mean, they're going to be burnt.
Yeah.
I mean, even if the Bengals defense is bad, their offense is going to be just as bad with homeboy Tyler Boyd out. So,
yeah,
I mean, Joe Mixon can't do everything. They're going to turn the ball over a couple times, 3 and outs a couple times. So the Browns defense may not be a bad pick as well. So
the Browns.
that's a good play. I mean, I think they're priced at around 3,000. That's a really good play. Who's at home?
It looked like the Browns is at home.
Yeah. Browns defense is an awesome play. Baker is an awesome play. That's a good call right there.
I mean, my one issue with Baker is it's not really expensive to say, but like you think about some of the players he's around, like you have Matt Ryan is about the same price. Russell Wilson is about the same price. Kirk Cousins, I know it's not great, but he put up numbers. Like he's a little lower. It's like the people he's around, and your boy Trubisky is a couple hundred more, and Andrew Luck is 100 more. So that's my one issue with him. It's like he's a good play, but I just think there's a lot of great values around that price. So
there's a lot of great value. I mean, Bengals is probably one of the worst defenses in the last 3-4 games.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's why he's so priced high. But when you have an elite running back like that, you got to think like Nick Chubb might get some of them, you know. So you got Jarvis Landry back there, but I never played Jarvis Landry. I just don't like how I like the guy, but I don't like how he doesn't go deep. So, rookie quarterback. But yeah, that's a good pick. Bengals. The only person I would play is Joe Mixon. That's it. That's it.
What about John Ross?
No, sir. Even though John Ross is going to take the number 1 position, you still need somebody else that's a threat for the defense. You need somebody to balance this out. The defenses aren't scared of John Ross. They're focused on is going to be Joe Mixon. You got to get the running game going first. Bengals are playing at the Browns. So with a backup quarterback, top 2 wide receivers gone. Whew, just not looking good for the Bengals.
Yeah.
And historically, the Bengals, they just haven't been playing well.
Yeah. I mean, they've been pretty bad. Anything else for that game, for this game?
Nothing. What about you?
No, that's it for me. I mean, yeah. I like Baker at that price. I like other quarterbacks around that price better. and just the potential of it being a blowout game, and they could start benching players early and trying to see what else they have. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I
bench
mean, people
bad.
people are going to play Jarvis Landry and Callaway, but I'm not big on them at all.
Yeah,
There's too much other value.
yeah, I agree. I agree. All right, let's move on to the next game.
Next
Um,
game.
New England, Buffalo at New England.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Buffalo, New England. Division game.
Another big division game. I mean, New England. Can you believe this? New England still haven't qualified for the playoff.
Yeah, that's scary. They have not clinched it.
Yeah.
I'm not giving up on them. I'm still going to play Tom Brady and stack them with Gronkowski. They're too daggone cheap for me. It's a division game. They're coming off of 2 losses or three. I think 2 losses because they lost to um,
Pittsburgh and
Pittsburgh and Miami.
Miami. Yep.
So they're at Foxborough. Uh, the other 2 times they were not at Foxborough. So let's see what they can do at Foxborough at home with the playoffs they got to play for. Uh, didn't you say homeboy is out? Josh Gordon.
Oh man, I forgot to mention him. That was the big news of the day. I mean,
Yeah, that was
it's
huge.
out the NFL. It sound like.
Yeah, that was huge. Best wishes to him and getting himself together.
Yeah,
Um,
it's kind of sad to see.
it's sad. He was doing well this year too.
Yeah, but like one thing about that, like in the football aspect of it, I mean, he haven't really been targeting that much.
Yeah.
So,
In the beginning, he was doing really well,
yeah.
exceptional. But halfway through the season, they stopped targeting him.
Mm-hmm.
So people think there's more upticks for like Chris Hogan and Juliet, but that's just a bunch of crap. I mean, they're not. It's still the Patriots. You never know. It could be Pat Devlin who scores 3 touchdowns like he did the other few weeks ago. It could be anybody. So it's a little risky picking those Patriots players, but I am going to have Edelman because he kind of burnt me last week, and I know he's going to do well this week.
Mm.
Um, Brady just has a connection with him. I am going to have some exposure to Edelman because I think people aren't going to be on him like that. And I have a contrarian pick for that game, but I don't know if I should save it for later or say it now. What you think?
No, you could go say it loud now. I mean, I'm curious.
My contrarian pick is Rex Burkhead. I think Rex goes for a touchdown and 100 yards just from pass catching out the backfield. Sony Michelle has been getting a decrease in ticks. So I know Bill Belichick loves Rex Burkhead. He believes in him. He thinks it's going to turn him around. It's going to turn the whole organization around. So Rex Burkhead is my contrarian pick. He's too damn cheap, 3,300.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't say nothing about the Bills, but Josh Allen is an awesome, awesome dual threat pick. If you don't have him, you ain't making no money. I mean, you basically donating if you don't have Josh Allen. You got to have him some exposed. He's a dual threat quarterback. He's due to go for 100 yards rushing, 200 yards passing, couple touchdowns. Any dual threat quarterback that's on fire, by the way, is playable. Also, Robert Foster, he's been getting me money for the last 2 weeks. I've been playing him. I'm not going to just stop playing him. And a lot of the experts believe in Zay Jones as a contrarian pick. He hasn't been doing anything for the last 2 weeks, but he has high upside. I'm gonna have him on a couple 25-cent lineups. Zay Jones, he's capable of scoring multiple touchdowns, but nothing big, only because of their price, but definitely gonna have a lot more exposure to Robert Foster because he goes deep and he's a rookie. And like I said, they're trying to figure out they want him for next year. So
Yeah, I mean, my one thing with the quarterback, just how Bill Belichick usually approach things. I consider him doing well, but I wouldn't really rely on his running. So I think the receivers you mentioned for the Bills, I like them more in that space because I think Patriots will force him to pass the ball. I don't really see him being a dual threat like that this week. That makes
That's actually a good point you brought up because the Patriots do well with dual threat quarterbacks.
mm-hmm.
They play a specific scheme. They kind of spread out and keep them. They keep them contained in the pocket a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You're right, so right about that.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, and I'm also like, I mean, I might be a fool, but I see by the end of the season, uh, I'm also big on the Brady and Gronk stack, just based on talent, really, and
yeah,
and and I think eventually they will do well. And then this whole year, and I think that's what people get enough. Their whole like they think they're doing so bad. This whole year they've been doing bad on the road. They've been two different teams on the road versus at home. So I think this week they probably do well again. They playing a Bills team they used to be playing with, and they'll be at home. So I'm definitely picking some Brady and Gronk stock this week.
definitely, definitely. Sony Michelle is 4,900, very cheap, very attractive, but I'm not. I'm staying away from.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
honestly, like I used to stay away from New England players anyway because of like the way they spread the ball.
yeah,
Like you never know. I mean, they could go into the game and be like, we're gonna run the ball like 50 times this week.
exactly.
Oh, we're gonna pass it 50 times. You never know.
Never know. But Tom Brady at that price, 5,600, or is it 5,900? Either way, it's cheap for him. Um, so that's it for that game for me. I mean, McCoy is playing, but I'm not playing him neither.
Yeah, an interesting thing with the Bills, like they had about 11 players that was on the injury list, but they all got cleared to play. So who knows? I mean, the season pretty much over. Who know how much they're gonna use those players,
Right,
especially some more veterans. So we'll see.
right.
Anything else for this game?
Moving on.
Moving on to the Tampa at Dallas. That game have potential to be some fire there. What you think?
Yeah, there is a lot of fire there. I like it. It's very attractive to me. It looked like a hot uh uh filet mignon steak just sizzling. It
ha
looked good.
ha
That
ha
that
ha ha! I said
hot
in
hot
Boston.
hot 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 like they do in Boston. Hot hot, come get your hot dogs. Get your pack the car. So that game is very attractive. Before I did my research, I wasn't big on no Cowboys.
Mm.
Uh, I have that a little bit of bias, but once I did my research, I realized that Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott are in the perfect positions right now. I mean, even Amari Cooper, they're all coming off of a shutout. Anytime any team, any professional team, NBA, NFL, anywhere comes off of a shutout, as men, you just take it personal.
Hmm.
As a man, you take it personal and you ball out. So Dak is a good pick. Cooper is a good pick. Ezekiel Elliott is probably the best pick. You already know you're gonna run an offense through him, and they are playing for a playoff spot. They are not guaranteed. They got to win out. So,
They had to win they had to win one game out of the last two.
yep.
They win today. They end.
Yep. So, um, yeah, it's very attractive. Apparently, Tampa Bay's pass defense is terrible, but don't listen to Draftkings because that goes off of the whole year. Halfway through the year, well, not halfway, but a little bit more than halfway through the year, they changed defensive coordinators, and now their defense is getting a little bit better. They have different schemes. I think they run a zone defense a lot with a cover two. So I think, what was I going to say?
I mean, we was talking about Tampa Bay defense. They changed coordinator. But my one thing is like I'm big. I mean, of course, I think the Cowboys player will be highly owned, but I'm also like I like the Tampa players.
Yeah, that's a
Probably
big.
contrary type thing because
Yeah,
Dallas defense is really good and they are at home, but Tampa been playing really well the last 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. Which, like you said, the defense is really bad, but they actually been playing much better
yeah,
lately. And I just can't trust Dak Prescott. I really can't trust him.
yeah,
I know you have a really good matchup. I mean, you're probably gonna have to burn me again. I
yeah,
trust Dak, but Zeke been pretty consistent. I think he'll do well. But I cannot trust that, man. This guy
yeah.
is not accurate.
He's not.
And
I
then
don't know why he stopped running the ball. He needed to run it a little bit more to open up some stuff. But
yeah,
uh,
yeah. I
I
mean,
think the Tampa Bay offense is a good pick. That is a good because everybody think Dallas has really good defense, but man, their cornerbacks ain't all that.
yeah.
Their cornerbacks are not all that. They're gonna be willing to test them cats. So I got some exposure to Chris Godwin, um,
This
representing for
guy's
Dallas.
coming back though.
Oh, I meant to tell you that D Jackson is a cowboy killer.
Yeah,
Historically, he's been known to kill them no
yeah,
matter what team he's on. So I want to have a lot of D Jack.
yeah. And he's coming back too.
He's coming back. I'm going to have a lot of D Jack. People, that's actually a good sleeper pick right there. Sleeper pick alert right there. D Jack, good. That's
Hmm.
definitely a big. I forgot to tell you. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, and
D
what I
Jack.
like, I think this game. I mean, I don't know. I think we hoping for it, but I think there's possibility for an upset there too. Um, I mean, Cowboys. I know they want to, you know, to clinch playoff berth this week, but
Mhm.
they're not as desperate. And then Tampa have nothing to play for. They've been playing better.
Right.
I mean, I honestly think Tampa will give them a run for their money. It's kind of like once somebody that predict that the Cowboys, they had a weird feeling Cowboys was gonna upset the Saints,
Saints.
right? And they saying like they have a weird feeling this week that the Bucks going to upset the Cowboys.
I can see it.
Yeah, so I'm like, wow. I mean,
Because the Bucks, here's what the Cowboys are going to do. They're going to control that ball and control that clock for a long goddamn time. They known for doing that. I hate it because it's the most boring stuff to watch.
mm-hmm.
They're going to run the ball and control that. They're going to milk the hell out of that clock from first quarter. It's going to suck because they know that Tampa Bay is one of the fastest playing offenses of all time. They averaging like 80 something, 83 snaps per game, which is 20 more snaps than the average, which is around 60.
Yeah,
So in the last 2 games, they had 170 snaps.
that's crazy.
They've been moving that ball. You know, their offense, they like throwing the rock too. They're not giving it to Peyton Barber like that.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely playing Chris Godwin. I'm definitely exposed to Cameron Brate as a 3,900 tight end pick. If you need a cheap tight end, Cameron Brate. Um, I didn't even think about picking Winston until you just said this matchup. So Winston might be a go,
Yeah.
but I might actually play down on quarterback this week so I can save some salary. But Winston might be a go. But yeah, D Jack, yeah, yes sir. Even Mike Evans, I'm having some exposure to because he did well last week against the Ravens defense. I
Mm-hmm.
was shocked.
Yeah.
So they still got the talent there. Him and Evans got that connection. D Jack can burn anybody.
Anytime. All you need is a couple.
Yep, 3, 4 receptions. He satisfied us.
Yeah, and yeah,
Yeah,
I like the Tampa player and Zeke, and I guess James Winston. As much as I like him, he like giving the ball up too at times. So I do like the Cowboys defense too.
yeah, that looks attractive too. That looks very attractive. It's at 2,600. I liked it too. I think, Winston, he like known for throwing 4 interceptions in one game because he could have a bad game too.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, you know, Bucks known to fumble some dumb stuff. I mean, things happen. So everybody's looking for that good defense to pick. Cowboys is one of them.
Yeah.
So nobody ever gonna pick the Bucks defense though.
No, sir. And another interesting thing I find out is the Bucks is the worst red zone defense in the league, right? Cowboys is one of the worst red zone offense in the league. So their weakness is also the Cowboys' weakness on offense. So I don't know which one will be worse this week. So that's another thing to watch out for.
That's terrible.
So, when the Cowboys get in the red zone, I mean, the Bucks don't stop nobody, but Cowboys also don't score any points in the red zone.
They got the game at the over-under at 48, and the Cowboys minus 7-point favorites. So
that should tell you something. That's how much they had the Saints as against the Cowboys.
Wow, that's right.
Yeah,
it's definitely gonna be under. The only reason why it's 48 is because Tampa Bay been known to score highly, but they haven't been scoring that much points the last 5 games.
Mm-hmm.
They've been more defensive minded. All right, I'm done with that game.
Let's move on to the next game. Atlanta and Panthers. I mean, a few weeks ago, this game looked like it was gonna be one of the game of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Now it looked like it would just be another game. How you feel about this game?
I love the matchup. I absolutely love it.
Even though Cam Newton will be out?
Even though Cam Newton will be out, I love the matchup. I mean, this is the type of stuff you're looking for. You're looking for stuff that's obvious. And the majority of the people, they're not going to play the backup to Cam Newton. I'm going to play him. He's $4,000. All he need to do is give me 15 points. I don't care. All you need to do is 5x, 15 to 20 points. Hopefully throw some short passes to CMC. That's what they call him, Christian McCaffrey. CMC.
Yeah.
He get 2 touchdowns, just short little dumps. DJ Moore, short little dumps. Tight end, short little dumps. I mean, I'm not expecting nothing big from him, but he's cheap as hell. $4,000. And CMC, he getting the rock. He getting it. But it's one of those things, like, do you keep playing him? Do you preserve him? What are you doing with him? He's $8,800. So I'm not playing him much, but I don't want to have him exposed. I am playing Taylor Heineke a lot, the backup quarterback for the Panthers, a lot. He's $4,000.
Mm-hmm.
Can't beat that.
Yeah.
Also, I like I ain't really stunting Matt Ryan. I ain't really on Julio Jones. Too pricey for me, $8,700. But the Falcons are favored -3. And I think it should be worse than that with a backup quarterback, to be honest with you. So I don't know why it's only -3.
They just tell you what they think of the Falcons.
Oh, the defense is terrible, by the way.
Yeah. You played a backup quarterback that nobody heard of, and you're only a -3.
Yeah.
But here's my concern with CMC. With Cam Newton, I mean, Cam Newton like to go either deep or to his security blankets, which he didn't have much this season because Greg Olsen was out, so he went to McCaffrey a lot. With this new quarterback, I mean, I didn't really look into him. I don't know his skill set. So if he's like a deep ball thrower, I don't know. How much of those balls Christian McCaffrey gonna get. That's my one concern because I don't know much about this quarterback.
Yeah.
They gonna play it safe with him, just pass back. They also have nothing to lose. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, what happened with that. And last week then the tight end for the Panthers score a touchdown because that could be another good play. But yeah, I mean, I do like your pick of the backup quarterback.
$4,000.
And you put me onto that too, by the way. Like whenever a quarterback just starting, I'm like, yo, I'm on it.
I'm
And
on.
it's
90% of the time they do well. It's
yeah.
shocking to me.
So yeah, I definitely like that. I definitely like that. I'm gonna be all over him too. So we're gonna be racking up this week.
Racking up. Think about it. If you got your shot at the end of the season, knowing damn well ain't no playoff hope, what you going? You gonna be nervous?
Nope.
Hell.
Got nothing to play for. Actually, you kind of want to lose because it's a better pick that way. You get a better pick.
The boy, I study him a little bit. He does throw deep. He stays in the pocket too. He don't run.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's my concern with CMC.
Well,
Kim was also struggling with that injury, with that injury to his shoulder for like a while that
right.
nobody knew about. Remember, I report that like a few weeks before he was even reported. I'm like, wow. When I look into it, I was shocked. So
yeah. So he wasn't throwing at all. At last game, the Panthers didn't throw a lot at all. People were pissed off.
Yeah. Because he was hurt.
He was hurt.
Trying to push that ball. Like
he was hurt. And well, I ain't gonna say deep, but he throws 20 plus. Last time he threw a game pass in the NFL, he threw a 33-yard pass. That was his only completion, his first one.
Oh wow. Interesting.
20 plus is pretty decent for a first timer. Division game, Carolina Panthers. I like DJ Moore as well. And I like I have a super sleeper on that game.
Talk to me. What you got?
So I don't believe in Carolina's run defense, even though they're like top 7. I don't believe in it in this game. I think they're just going to give up. Luke Kuechly had an awesome performance last game. He's not going to be consistent. I don't think so. So my contrarian pick is not Tevin Coleman, by the way. It's the backup to Tevin Coleman, whose name is Brian Hill, $3,000. Rookie running back. Falcons want to see what he got. It's the end of the season. They're trying to make business moves. Ito Smith is hurt, so he's going to get all his carries, probably about 10 carries, a couple receptions. We'll see. But Brian Hill is my super sleeper. So let's talk about.
Are you done with this game?
I have Julio in one lineup.
Oh, okay. So you really fading Matt Ryan for this whole game?
Yep.
Wow. But you like the running back, the backup running back for the Falcons.
Yes.
That is a very interesting pick.
Very super sleeper. Don't pick them. Just this is for me.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Yeah. But Matt Ryan was on the Millie Maker last week, so he ain't doing it again.
Yeah, especially you haven't been this good, so.
Yeah.
Oh, what about your boy Coleman?
I ain't playing him.
I'm surprised.
Well, he did too well
last week.
I know he did too well last week. I ain't playing him this week. I don't like it. I think people think Coleman's going to do well, but then Brian Hill's going to do well. I think that's what's going to happen, and I'm pretty sure I don't even know if Matt Ryan. Why are they playing Matt Ryan? I don't even know why.
So those football players have this thing. It's like they feel like as the leading quarterback. Did you hear Aaron Rodgers talk about this?
Mm-mm.
Like they feel like if they don't play, whether they hurt or not, they have nothing to play for. It's hard to lead the whole team following year because they like, oh, you're not really with us. Because as soon as you can, you shut it down on us, kind of thing. And some of those players try to make money. They try to going for a new contract. So they try to look good. So I feel like that's why like a lot of quarterbacks get to shut it down for the season. Like Cam Newton, it was a big discussion. I heard like supposedly the owner had to step in and actually convince him to take off. That's a good luxury to have that you don't want to take off when they tell you to take off. I mean, that's pretty awesome. Yeah.
So,
Anything else for this game?
Austin Hooper, tight end,
Ooh,
3,700. Very attractive pick.
yeah.
Austin Hooper, big pick. Have him all over the place. That's it for me.
All right. I mean, I don't have anything else for this game. Let's go to the Giants at Indiana Colts.
Giants at Colts. Giants, man, this is crazy. The Colts are 9.5-point favorites. They're playing at Indiana or at the Giants? Yeah, at Indiana.
Yeah.
Not Indiana. What is it? Indiana?
Yeah.
The Colts are still possibly in the playoffs, so they got a lot to play for. This matchup looks very, very favorable. So I think I like T.Y. Hilton is my boy. I'm having him in like 80% of my lineups because he goes deep. Deep people are attractive. Marlon Mack, not going to have him much. I think he's too attractive. He looked too tasty. A lot of people are going to be clicking on him. But I'm going to have him a little bit in a couple lineups. At 5,500, you can't beat that. Plus, people think the Colts go up. But honestly, I don't think the Colts are going to cover that spread at all. I think the Giants are going to surprise everybody. Coming off of a shutout, they're going to play Saquon Barkley a little bit more. Odell Beckham is out. Russell Shepard is out. So people think Sterling Shepard is going to have a big uptick in targets. I don't believe in that boy at all. I mean, I like Sterling Shepard, and I loved him when he first came out here. But this year, fantasy-wise, this dude hasn't been performing because I picked him for my Yahoo fantasy.
Ooh.
It's not been performing. I had to drop him. And it's not his fault. They're not targeting him. So I don't think things are going to change. I think Saquon Barkley is getting a lot of ticks, and that's it. I mean, Eli.
Hold on. You said that's what about the tight end?
Oh, I'm heavy on Evan Ingram. Heavy. Forgot all about him. Heavy. Eli always looked to him, especially there was a stat that shows that at the end of the year, Evan Ingram always get more targets for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, every single year. So yeah, I'm heavy on Evan Ingram. He's only 4,200. Good value tight end. He's gonna get bread. Plus, the Colts aren't good at defending their tight end position. And everybody thinks the Colts defense is awesome because they shut somebody out. But the Colts got shut out by the Jacksonville Jaguars the week before that.
Yeah, I think that was like 2 weeks before that.
Yeah.
They beat the Texans before that. Yeah, but the Colts lost 6-0.
Nothing. Never seen nothing like that.
Cost me a lot of money that week, too.
Niggas, I mean, person said, I bet this game go under 10. I would have said, bullshit.
I know. Cost me a lot of money that week, too.
Man,
they lost 6-0.
That was crazy.
Backup quarterback. I mean, really wasn't the backup quarterback doing anything because
that was crazy.
Yeah, that was wild. But I didn't realize they don't really target Marlon Mack like that on the offense. Nah, just run the ball.
Yep.
So I'm fading them because of that because he had to have the type of game he had last week for it to be very productive. So.
Yeah.
What's the chance of that happening 2 weeks in a row for him? I mean, I don't like his chances. So
nope. There's better value picks.
I really like Barkley though.
Do you?
I mean, it's 1,500 less.
And that's unheard of.
That's unheard of for somebody like him. I mean, just last week, I understand he had a bad game. Was it like the first time all season he didn't score in double digit?
Yeah, first time.
And then he being that's crazy to me. I mean, I like him being 1,500 less. So
yeah, I like that too. But they must know something. I don't know if the coach is going to play him like that. I don't know what's going to happen. I wouldn't play him, but the fans want to see it. Business, I don't know what's in his contract. Certain people got to play a certain amount of games and stuff. I don't know, but I know 7,900. That's a light bulb that should go off in your fantasy head Like you gotta pick people whose price drop like that. You just got to,
Yeah,
got to.
yeah.
So
It was surprising. Like, I mean, what he was around that price when they played at Chicago. Like, and that was, I mean, Chicago defense. I mean, I understand why he was marked down at that price.
right,
But most defense is decent, but they're not Chicago defense.
they're not.
Not even close.
Andrew Luck's stack with Ty wins you the Millie Maker this week, guaranteed.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying with your boy Baker. Andrew is around that same price.
Yep, and I would definitely rather pick Andrew.
Yeah,
over a rookie quarterback. Come on.
Exactly. I mean, anytime. I mean, we see him. He threw like 4 interceptions, like 3 interceptions before. So, yeah. Anything else for this game?
Nope.
All right. Let's move on to Jacksonville at Miami, the Battle of the Sunshine State.
The Battle of the Sunshine
State.
Shine.
Where the sun is up.
Terrible game for Cleveland.
They probably be at the beach chilling.
Sipping on my thigh. So only person I like from here is the defenses. Miami defense or Jacksonville defense. I kind of like Jacksonville defense a little bit better. They're at 2,700. Oh no, that's a lie. There's K. Balaj is a good pick. The public isn't going to be on him, but the experts are going to be on him. He's going to be like 7% owned, 5 to 7% owned. K. Balaj, they're looking to increase his ticks. They're decreasing Kenyon Drake's ticks. And I didn't realize Kenyon Drake is a 3rd-year running back, but they're decreasing his ticks, and they're trying to figure out K. Balaj. So I'm having K. Balaj on 90% of my lineups. He's 3,700. Cheap.
Yeah, that's pretty cheap for somebody. They trying to, I guess they trying to see what they have in them.
Yeah, his workload is gonna be nasty. He could catch the ball out of the backfield too. He put up some numbers last week. He had 100 yards, so he's a good pick. No wide receivers. I ain't picking no Amendola or nobody. No sir.
So you think that's another low scoring? Maybe somebody score a touchdown. They probably gonna win this game.
Low scoring. Defense scores the damn touchdown. Fumbles. Cody Kessler getting nervous and throwing into traffic.
Yeah.
Dolphins don't have a bad defense neither. I mean,
just to be opposite, I think. Everything is pointing out to this game being low score and all this other stuff. I would not be surprised if they if it turned out to be a shootout.
Man, that gonna be a shootout.
It sounds crazy, but I would not be surprised. I've seen it before.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, games that's just like, I mean, I know we'll talk about the Saints and the Steelers, so, but
if it's anybody that's doing the shooting, it's Miami because they're 7-7. They're 2nd in the AFC East. I mean, they still have playoff hopes alive.
They might as well stay in Miami. They're not going to the playoff.
I mean, your boy Kenny Stills might be a deep sleeper.
Yeah.
But they're going to put Ramsey on his ass.
Yeah. I mean, the Jaguars defense is pretty good. I mean,
they're nasty. Them damn Jaguars defense is still good. I don't understand what's going on there.
They don't have a quarterback.
Yeah. They still got
one for a few years. But I think sometimes they get discouraged. Like, you see what they let Derrick Henry do to them. So,
wow, Kenny Stills is injured. He had groin issues. But how you feel about your boy Leonard Fournette?
Did you hear what happened last week?
Nah.
So he had about 13 carries the first half, something like that, something along that line. And they didn't play. He only had 1 carry the second half, and that was the plan the whole time because they wanted to check out the backup running back, the young boy. So that's scary for me. And I was big on them last week, and they stopped running the ball to him, and he was okay with that. When they asked him about it, he was on something like, "Oh yeah, that was always the plan for this week. We was gonna, I was gonna get some touches early, and then second half I was just gonna rest more, and they was gonna try to see what they have in the young guy. So yeah, I'm staying away from him just because of that. Usually, like if that happened, the player is not okay with that. But the
Right.
fact that he was okay with that, I'm like, yeah, I'm not touching him. Yeah.
No, not touching him at all. He's dangerous.
No, sir. Maybe the backup running back. I forgot his name. Um, but yeah, anything else for this?
All right, maybe. No, I'm not. Even though I could see the running game doing well against the Miami defense, but there's other value out there.
So this next game, I believe, will be like actually a lot of the top score might be coming from this game. I'm talking about. I mean, it might come as a shocker to you. You tell me what you think. Green
Mhm.
Bay at New York Jets. I feel like there's a lot of value in this game.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you now. Aaron Rodgers, anytime his projected ownership is 5%.
Mm-hmm.
He have something to play for. People think he have nothing. This motherfucker want to break records, dog. He's a Hall of Famer. Is competitive. He want to break records. He want to throw for a certain amount of yardage. I forget the certain statistics. Davante Adams also has some records to break as far as receiving yards. He got to break Jordy Nelson's franchise record of receiving receptions and receiving yards. He's capable of doing that with these next two games. So anytime you have a Hall of Fame quarterback projected that low, you gotta pick him. People are sleeping on him. Um, Sleeping so much that I shouldn't even have said that pick. But him and Devontae Adams stack, it will
Yeah.
get you there, top
What
1%.
about running backs? Because I know Aaron Jones is out.
Yes, that's another one.
The running back that's coming in. I mean, the one running back, Williams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was the only running back they had. They usually play with two running backs, and they just signed the other guy. So
Yeah.
the chance of the other guy see any of the snap is very small. So Williams probably could see anywhere from 90% to like about probably 100% of the snaps. So
And the Jets defense is okay, but they known to get smacked sometimes.
yeah,
And Aaron Rodgers will pick them apart to the point where they'll start defending the pass and forgetting completely about the run. And
mm-hmm.
Jay Williams is going to get a lot of workload. He's cheap at like 5,600, something like that.
Yeah,
Come on, man, you can't beat that.
can't beat that. And I even think like on the other side, because Packers haven't been this good, and you could play Packers defense because they will give you some points with the quarterback like throwing the ball to the other team. But I
Yeah.
also like the Jets offensive players too.
Who? Oh, the Jets. The
Yeah,
only one I like is Robbie Anderson, but he's going to be up there. He's going to be owned a lot. Uh,
really.
he's too attractive, so I'm not going to have him much. Want to have him maybe once, even though it's a Packers defense. I still don't believe in it. I think he's just too highly owned for me.
Really?
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he's too highly owned. Even though Sam Darnold, he's going to test it. He's a speedy receiver. I'm going to have him, but not as much as. No, it's too attractive. It seems like a setup.
Yeah. Okay. Like that. Anything else for this game?
Like you said, I agree with you on those defenses. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, Cobb is out. Who's the backup receiver for
MVS,
MV?
Saint Vincent, something like
Oh my gosh, MVS.
that. I don't know his name, but I ain't picking him.
What
Devontae
about
Adams is
the Titan?
Jimmy Graham,
Yeah.
not picking him.
Wow.
He's not going to do anything. He hasn't been. The play calling hasn't been geared towards him. It's something with these play calling, man. I don't know what's going on, but I ain't picking him. I think the daggone Packers blow out the Jets.
So
But
that
Robbie,
actually will create more room for even Williams or even the backup they just pick up.
yeah,
So I mean, I think William might be a really good pick there.
That's a huge, huge pick. I'm having him a lot. Even Elijah McGuire, the running back for the
Yeah,
Jets, might
yeah,
be is a good pick too because the Packers are terrible against the run. Terrible,
yeah.
absolutely terrible. So if you need a cheap running back, go for Elijah McGuire. He likes catching it out of the backfield too, a lot.
Yeah. I mean, anything else for this game before we move on?
Nope.
Now we have your very own Philadelphia Eagles versus
Woo!
Texans.
Super
How do you
Bowl.
feel about the Eagles? You
Super
heard
Bowl.
about this craziness with the quarterback? They built him this thing in the locker room.
Nah,
Oh man, but yeah, it seems like they really embracing Foles. So
they are. They hyping him up too much. They need to calm down.
yeah,
It's
and
still Nick Foles, man. We've been fans enough to see this mother. He can fold. He
yeah,
can fold big. But I feel like he's feeling it. Coming off of a championship, you got this certain swagger. Like when he was playing against the Rams, he had this swag. He was just going, throwing it, dumping it. He knew exactly what to do. His passes were accurate. He just had this confidence. Maybe winning the Super Bowl does that to you. You know what I'm saying? Especially the way he won it. That
and
would boost anybody's confidence.
yeah, and remember he got that job against the Rams last year too.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting.
That was interesting. So I'm all over Nick Foles. All over. Too cheap.
Really?
Too cheap. 4,700 against a terrible pass defense. Only thing is he got to get the ball out. And it's Philly is at home. So Foles, Jeffrey stack. Easy. He targets Jeffries a lot. Jeffries 10% owned probably. People don't believe in Jeffries like Eagles fans do. But I also got a little bit of sprinkle of Golden Tate in there because people think Jeffrey's gonna get a lot of the rock. And I also got Zach Ertz. He did terrible last week, so I'm on him this week for the yo-yo effect.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I like Jeffrey. I mean, Jeffrey was the reason I wanted to pick the Eagles to win the Super Bowl last year when they signed him. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I've always been a Jeffrey fan, but like the hype with Foles kind of scared me. And this game been weird too. Did you see like the game started with like the Texans being the favorite, and then people actually betted to the Eagles being the favorite? It's been like probably like one of the biggest swing like in history.
Yeah,
was betting on the Eagles. So, but also people see what happened with the Texans last week. They struggled to beat the Jets.
They did.
Yeah, and then by that, like, and people was already questioning their game winning streak, like how it wasn't really against anybody.
They had the easiest schedule too.
Yeah, but they lost to the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so and we already know Patriots probably gonna be the number 2 seed. So Texans is holding the number 2 seed right now. So I doubt they're going to win. But who knows?
Who knows? I mean, here's one thing. This game is attractive fantasy-wise. I mean, everybody doesn't believe in the Eagles' pass defense at all.
Do you?
Eagles, I believe in them. But I got fantasy as a fantasy player. You just got to have some exposure to DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, Eagles known for letting the star.
The star.
Yeah, they love it. Also, the Eagles do terrible against dual threat quarterbacks. Terrible. Let's go over the Eagles schedule. They did. Can't remember who they played last week. Now it's killing me.
The Eagles, they played the Rams.
Okay. Before that,
they played the Cowboys.
Before that, every time we play against a dual threat quarterback, they give them a lot of fantasy points. And I can't remember the quarterbacks that we've played, but if you go back and look, you'll see we always give them a lot of fantasy points. So Deshaun Watson is due. This is his game to show out. So have some exposure to D. Watson. And DeAndre Hopkins stack.
Mm-hmm.
And your boy Demaryius Thomas. How you feel about him?
I'm fading Demarius Thomas. uh, I do like Hopkins. I like Hopkins. Just like you said, the Eagles usually let the star be the star. It's like most teams, you're like, oh, they go on the war coverage towards the star receiver, but not the Eagles.
Yo, I just got some news. Hopkins is going to be a game time decision.
Yeah, I see that. I see that.
Mm.
I think he's gonna play. It's just
Okay.
tough for me to believe. They could win the number 2 seed if they went out
Yeah.
in the AFC, and yeah, I think he's going to play. They say he's gonna test the ankle
Mm-hmm.
before the game to see how that go. I mean, if he don't play, then my whole perspective on Thomas change.
Yeah. Yeah. If he don't play, actually here's my super sleeper for that game.
Mm-hmm.
I have DeAndre Carter, who is a slot receiver because Kiki Kuti is out. And Carter, from what I've seen the last 2 weeks, he's been getting some targets, a lot of targets. People have been sleeping on him. I know a guy won a showdown captain mode from having DeAndre Carter. So he's a sleeper against the Eagles defense. Secondary, they're going to forget about him. They're going to be focused on Hopkins. Lamar Miller is out. How you feel about that?
I mean, I know you wasn't big on Lamar Miller to begin with. I don't know. Who's the backup for him?
Alfred Blue, that's your boy.
Oh, yeah, I forget about Alfred Blue. I used to like Alfred Blue a couple years ago.
He's still playing.
Yeah, I don't know about now. Probably some exposure with Alfred Blue because I don't know what's up with the Eagles defense this year. I mean, they've been playing much better lately.
He's playing much better, and a lot of people forget they're actually pretty decent against the run right now.
Mm-hmm.
Or forget. So I'm not playing any of the Texans running backs at all.
Yeah.
They focus on because if you're a coach and you know that secondary is hurt, you're gonna toss that rock, man. With an elite quarterback like wide receiver like that, you ain't gonna run it like that. I mean, you got to open up some plays, but shit, I might pass it every down.
Yeah,
Just
I
get him.
feel you. I feel you. And that's why Odell was upset when they lost to the Eagles.
Yeah,
He
because they
thought they had issues,
yeah. They should
and
have been targeting Odell every time. That was stupid. Um, that's it for me. Just my super sleeper, DeAndre Carter. He's cheap,
yeah,
3,100.
I like that pick a lot. Like I'm glad you put me onto something else. I mean, every week you usually give me you usually give me something
Yeah.
that helped me. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's a good game.
Yeah. Next game I have for you is Minnesota at Detroit.
Minnesota.
Yeah, at
You want a
Detroit.
Minnesota?
Yeah, they are
Did you get
playing in Detroit. It's a division game. How do you feel about this
right?
game? I mean, I know your boy Devin Cook did work last week. How you feel about this game?
Whew. Man, this one is bittersweet. Dalvin Cook did work last week. 30 something fantasy points.
Uh-huh.
I'm picking him again. You know why he had 30 fantasy points? They're actually giving him more carries and more tries, and it's so weird. Because in the beginning of the season, they were tossing the ball a lot more. But now their coaching scheme has changed, and a lot of people don't realize that they're giving him the ball a lot more. They're running the offense through him now. So they're going to do that again with Detroit. It's a division game. Detroit's defense, the Detroit players are just banged up, man. They have one of the longest injury lists I've seen. Um, so I think they run the ball a lot. I still think it's going to be a close game because this is a division game. Matt Stafford seems like he has a lot to play for. I don't know why, but he's playing hard the last couple weeks. But I do like Dalvin Cook, but I do think he's going to be highly owned around 25%. So
Mm-hmm.
you got to be careful with that.
One thing I'm gonna surprise you with, I'm actually fading Devin Cook on some. So since Detroit Lions started the season really bad against the run, but since for whatever reason, that flip, right? They was really bad against the run, and they were decent against the pass.
Yeah.
Since they traded for Snack Harrison, actually it flipped. They got much better against the run and worse against the pass. I don't know why. So I think there's so much more value as like picking the receivers for the Lions than for the Vikings versus the Cook. I know they did work and they start giving them the ball more, but I'm actually fading them a little bit.
That's not a bad idea, and yeah, I did hear about that Snack Harrison trade. Yeah, they have been doing better. So I normally don't play Dalvin Cook at all, so I don't even know why, but I'm going to have a little bit to him just because I'm only banking on play calling. Their play is increasing, so that's the only thing I'm banking on. But you fade them, I play them. We'll see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Like I'm big on the receivers for the. Last week we were big on Dalvin Cook, and he pay out for us.
He pay out. I'm not really big on him, so maybe I should.
Yeah, and I like the receivers. Come on, Tillin can't be this bad. Like
they stopped throwing the ball, man. That's what's scaring me. They stopped. They purposely are not throwing the ball as much as they used to. But I am highly exposed to Tillin because he's going to have a breakout and people's going to shock everybody.
Yeah. But even like Diggs, I think he would do work too. So
yes, especially against a banged up Detroit defense, man. Even though it's like, come on, man. Like, those are good picks. I'm all over Thielen. I think he's kind of a sleeper. Because he hasn't been doing well. And he was playing a little bit hurt last week, so he only had 2 targets or 2 catches last week. So I think he's a good pick. I don't know if Kirk Cousins is a good pick.
Kirk Cousins was a good pick, though.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he's known to pad his stat, just like Matthew Stafford.
He kind of messed me up last week. He basically blew out a team last week, and Kirk Cousins only threw like 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
It was bad. I was just like, this guy.
But yeah, I'm never really big on Kirk. It's just like when he's throwing a lot, I guess with the offense change.
The offense has changed now. He's not throwing much. But sometimes
the perfect space for them to be throwing the ball, though. I don't see why they wouldn't throw it.
I don't know.
Yard passing from Kirk this week.
300?
I'm thinking near 400. 350, 370.
Big on him. You big on him.
Yeah, it's the Lions, man.
Play him, dog.
Yeah, it's the Lions. Kurt is really good when he's not like being focused on.
I like him. That's a sad. I like him too. I actually like Kirk Cousins. I ain't playing him.
Yeah, that's cool. Anything else for this game? The running backs for the Lions or your boy Galladay.
I seen this one guy say his sleeper pick is Theo Riddick, and he was dead serious. He was dead serious. He said Theo Riddick, he's gonna get money. So I guess according to that guy, you can watch out for him. But I ain't playing on damn Theo Riddick. Not against a Vikings defense.
Yeah, Blunt was questionable too this game.
Yeah, Blunt's barely questionable, but that's why he said Theo Riddick. He's gonna get a lot of touches and passes out the backfield. Yeah, I'm playing. By the way, I'm playing Kenny Galladay.
You are playing Galladay?
I'm playing Kelly Galladay. I got to talk to Kenny Galladay.
I'm surprised you got off of him.
Only because he's gonna be low owned.
Okay.
And I like him, and I gotta stop getting off of people that I like. So
okay.
Going out on faith there.
Wow.
That's it for that game for me. What about you?
Yeah, I think that's it for this game. So we could move on to the later games now.
On to the markets.
We have Chicago at San Francisco. How do you feel about this game?
I love this game. I'm a big fan of Mullins and Pettis, and I think people aren't going to pick them. They're going to be low owned because of the Chicago Bears defense. So that's kind of my contrarian pick. Mullins Pettis stack. Also, I love Tyreek Cohen in this matchup. San Francisco defense is not good. They make so many mental mistakes. It kills me. I watched their game last week. They barely won that game. I was rooting for them too. They just make a lot. I think they beat the Seahawks. They just make a lot of mental mistakes, man. It kills me. So be careful of San Francisco, um, and pick Chicago Bears defense, no matter how much they cost. So I like Mullins. I'm not playing Kittle at all. Not playing Kittle. He's too highly owned. Not playing Kittle. So that's my picks. I also like Mitchell Trubisky all over the place. I mean, he got heart. Gets a bad San Francisco defense. I gotta pick. You know who I'm big on this week too? Allen Robinson. The last 3 weeks, he's been getting a lot of targets. He been balling. He got that it factor. He been balling. Fantasy wise, not so much, but I see a lot of potential. I mean, he has high ceiling too. So I'm big on Allen Robinson and Mitchell Trubisky stacks all over the place, and Tyreek Cohen. I might play all three of them. And then also, you got to be wary of what most people are going to be scared to play 3 people from one team. So there's another matchup that we're going to talk about later where I think you should play 3 people with one team. This Bears defense, this Bears offense is one of them. Trubisky, Cohen, and Allen Robinson should be in all your lineups.
Here's my thing for you. I almost fall out my chair when you talk about Allen Robinson have the it factor.
Telling you.
Allen Robinson?
Yo, anytime you see a white jersey turn black at the end of the game.
Your face, though.
This nigga was on the ground, dog. He was balling.
Yeah,
he was busting his tail. I mean, you gotta watch it. I mean, he got it.
Yeah, I mean, I like, I've never been big on Trubisky, but fantasy-wise, he's usually pretty good.
High upside.
What'd you say?
Very high upside.
Yeah. So, I mean, this guy is weird. I mean, against the Rams, they was blowing out the Rams, but he didn't want them to blow out the Rams. I don't know what's up with him. He was just giving the ball back. It was like, no, don't go away yet. So, I don't know. I mean, he's not a good quarterback in my opinion, but as far as like fantasy numbers, he put up good numbers. He's been on like a lot of winning lineups. So
he has. Yo, by the way, Mitchell Trubisky has been in 6 out of the 9 performances he's been in. Out of the 9 games, 6 out of 9 of them, he's been in the top lineups.
Yep, I saw that. That's pretty impressive.
That's nasty.
Yeah.
This is San Francisco defense. That's like taking candy from a baby. With Tyreek Cohen?
What about Richard Sherman, man? He's been playing well. It's just the defense.
He's been playing well. It's like he can't do everything.
Yeah, he can't play every position. They
can't play every position. They gonna have him on Allen Robinson. Oh, my boy Tyler Gabriel is a good pick this week too. I'm all over this Bears offense. I think I've been on Tyler Gabriel and I've been getting burnt by him, but I think this week he does good too.
Okay.
Andre Miller hasn't been getting any targets. He didn't get any targets last week.
I like the running back too. I like him for this matchup.
Yeah. Because you're right about Richard Sherman. But I'm still gonna pick Allen Robinson. He be balling.
Okay.
That's a sleeper.
Anything else? We have some juice. We have some
for that game.
really good games left.
I mean, you could be contrarian and pick San Francisco defense too. Nobody expect them to do shit.
Yeah, I mean they are at home, and Trubisky do like giving the ball up. I mean, you talking about he give 3 interception, like what? That's what 6 automatic points.
Yeah,
I mean, all
man,
they did is like one of them for a return. You already at
that's
12.
it. One return, even the special teams, people forget about that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. Anything else?
ooh, moving on.
So before we hit the games of the week, let's do Rams at Cardinals. How you feel about
This,
that game? I mean, Todd Gurley is like, man. I mean, it's a good spot for him, but I don't know why the Rams will play him a lot against the Cardinals, unless the
this,
Cardinals trying to pull another upset like they did against the Packers.
hey, yo, this game is good. It's the Goldilocks zone. But it's scary because people are still up on the Rams, still have good feeling about them, even though they lost their last what, 2 games? No. Yeah, they lost their last 2 games, I believe.
Yeah, they haven't been playing this well. Nah, they got. I mean,
Um, here's the thing. David Johnson's a good value pick. His price dropped like 1,000, 1,500. Jared Goff is a good value pick. He is down. People are down on their luck about him. They don't care. They don't want to play him anymore. Jared Goff, and I like Brandon Cooks, but a lot of people like Robert Woods. But I always stack Brandon Cooks because he's a speeder receiver. Patrick Patterson is a little bit injured, like you said, but he's still playing. Um, but I like Jared Goff and I like David Johnson. I'm staying away from Todd Gurley.
yo, it is 9,300.
9,300. Can you believe?
Like, how could you how do you mark down Barkley to 7,900 and keep an injury player that actually? I mean, they still have something to play for, but not really.
Not really. And he was really, really injured last week.
Yeah,
He was watching the game. I mean, he's really seriously injured. You can't be playing around with that.
yeah, and
Um,
playing against like not a really good team. Like
exactly. Like you can't
that's
be
a
playing.
chance for a blowout where like they won't need him.
Yeah. This game is a blowout. Let me see what the over under is. Everybody's expecting a blowout, but you know how things go. So, um, yeah, I like your boy. You put me on to that dude too.
Who?
The T. Sherfield. I
Uh,
like him, yo.
you like him this
I
week?
like him this week. He's a cheap. I was looking for a cheap wide receiver. I was like, oh, my man Ace said T. Sherfield.
Yeah.
Let's see what he talk about. He got a lot of targets over the last 2 weeks too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He said they were second next to Fitzgerald in targets.
Yeah.
So I love it.
Yeah, I really like Fitzgerald, but I mean I know fantasy wise he don't be producing like that, so I had to find something else.
He give you one touchdown.
yeah, once in a while. I mean I still like him as a player, just he's not going to give me much as far as fantasy wise. So
No, but
but I'm happy you're getting around on David Johnson.
I know. He's just too cheap to ignore, and he gets the ball a lot. They run his
whole offense. So, like, what I'm scared of, like at the end of the season, though, it's like teams like conserving their top player, especially like let's say a big time player for a bad team get hurt early. I feel like that might get a lot of teams to actually not play their best players like at the end, especially for teams that probably like it probably be best for them to actually lose.
Yeah, I agree. I
So
mean, you never know. You got to
that's what
follow.
with David Johnson. He might not get the ball as much as I would like him because they like, that's our best player. We need to save him.
That's true. Anytime the price drop like that, though, you gotta just put him on. Jared Goff, people are gonna be sleeping on him.
Oh man, Jared Goff. I mean, he was bisting to start, but just they are playing in Arizona.
Yeah.
I mean, it's warm there right now, right? It's not
It's
as
warm.
like that's the thing. Like his thing dropped like around December. They don't do as well because of the cold weather and all that. So
Yeah,
team's not built for the cold weather.
yeah. Damn, Robert Woods got 1,000 yards.
Oh, that's what I meant to tell you. So I'm big on Robert Hood Woods more so than the top receiver they have because of Patrick Patterson.
That's true.
Because
And
Patrick Patterson don't travel in the slot.
no, you don't.
Robert Hood's playing the slot, so
Yeah,
I like him a lot in this matchup.
yeah. That slot always be open too. I'm not big on him. I'm not big on him.
Hmm.
The experts are big on him, so
Yeah.
he's gonna be low on. Well, I don't even say he's gonna be low on
What's the other receiver?
Reynolds.
Reynolds. Yeah, I like him too.
Reynolds. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I think it's still a good pick though, especially in cash games.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I just don't like him
Oh, okay.
personally. Reynolds minus
you
14.
don't even know bull.
Noble. I just don't like Robert Woods. I never play him. Never. Ever. Even though he's been doing well, I never play him. I'm a fan of Brandon Cooks.
Oh, that's why you play him.
Yeah, I'm just a fan of Brandon Cooks. And I like Robert Woods when he was playing from other teams. I think he played for the Bills for a little bit, he plays for the Raiders. I like Robert Woods, but I like Brandon Cooks better. He's too speedy. Too speedy, man. He's like one of the fastest people in the NFL. With a quarterback like that.
Yeah.
But
anything else stuff for this game? Because we have some fire coming up.
No, Sherfield and that's it.
That's it.
David Johnson. Yep.
David Johnson. I like David Johnson too. So let's move.
Oh, sorry, Rams defense. Rams defense.
Oh yeah, true.
Rams defense.
The quarterback. I mean, it is Christmas. He probably gonna be in a giving mood. So.
Tis the season to be jolly. I said, tis the season to be jolly.
It is at home. They come into his house, so time for him to give the ball up. So yeah, I like the Ram defense pick. But so the last two games, I mean, I don't know if you still want to touch the Monday night game.
Yeah, we could touch it.
We could touch it. I mean, those two games is actually probably the biggest two games for the week. We had Pittsburgh at New Orleans. There's a lot on the line for this game.
Yes.
I sent you the screenshot of what Juju said.
Yes.
Interesting. He thinking of his fantasy owners. So you say even though he's questionable, you say he will play. How you feel about this game? I mean, it's weird because both defense been playing well lately. Those two teams known for their offense. It's so much going on. How you feel?
Like you said, they both offenses been dominating the NFL for the first half or a little bit more. Then at the end, their defenses want to dominate. So now everybody's confused. Most people are still stuck on their high offenses. We got to be careful of the business aspect of this thing. Both of these, well, especially the Steelers is a high market team. Drew Brees is a Hall of Famer. Now, I like the talk on Twitter, like Josh Gordon talking about fantasy, being aware. I sent you about what Cam Jordan said, who plays for the Saints.
Yes, I saw that.
Man, I was loving it. He said, man, I just don't think Big Ben is a top 5 in his generation. And then I was like, what? Then when he said the names, I was like, dang, he might be right.
No, I never feel like he was that. I never been big on Big Ben because.
Oh yeah, I know you.
I mean, if you ask me, I mean, I will find a way not to put him on the top 10.
You better be careful what you say. Somebody gonna challenge you. Somebody gonna say top 10 though. Ace, you wild.
No, like I said, I've never been a fan of him because I think he come into a really good situation. They had the bus, they had Hines Ward, they had like a really good team, and they was known for their defense. He didn't play that well when they Super Bowl. I mean, you start having the high power offense when they lost that Super Bowl, and he haven't really convert. I mean, he's known for high interception. Like, I've never been big on him.
Yeah, that was funny. But he definitely is going to be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I mean, you have those 2 Super Bowls. I mean, if Eli Manning gonna make it, I mean, what was shocking though, you have to be careful with him, right? Because what's shocking is putting Eli in front of Big Ben, but Eli
That
is,
was funny.
but and then you think about it. I mean,
you like, oh, Eli do belong.
yeah. So he is. So there's some type of connection between him and his, because his dad, I think, playing the NFL too, right? And there's some
Yeah.
type of connection with his dad, with the Manning dad, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why he putting both of the Manning brother up there, and of course he played for Drew Brees, and everybody know Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. So he's kind of a little biased on the Eli thing because I think
Yeah.
it's connection with his family, with the
Yeah.
Manning family. So
Yeah.
but I agree with him 100%. Big Ben does
100%.
not belong on the top 5.
Damn. I was like, he said Tom Brady. I said, yeah.
I pick Rivers over like any day.
Hmm?
I pick Philip Rivers over Big Ben any day of the week.
I would never pick Phillip Rivers over Big Ben.
Yo, here's the sad part, because
you know what? Go ahead.
In football, you need a collection of players, right? You need great players around. Philip Rivers had least to work with than all the top quarterback, but every year in and year out, he produced. This guy went to the Chiefs, probably the best team in the league, and bit them without his top receiver, his top running back. I mean, his defense is okay. Come on,
I mean, the Eagles win the Super Bowl with Nick Foles.
Yeah, and I think that, I mean, me personally, I think quarterback is overvalued. I don't think it's as valuable as they try to make it seem. Right? I know we're going on the little rant there.
Yeah, we go on to
we're going
back to the business. Let's get back to business. Yeah. But you're right. I mean, yeah, you're right. That's a good point because he had a better situation, Big Ben.
Oh man, way better. Think about it. He had I mean, I know we all really play quarterback, but if we had Juju and what's the other guy? Juju and
Brown.
Joe Brown, and then they had Le'Veon Bell. I mean, think about it, man. You probably be like a star quarterback.
Mm-hmm. You can lob it thing up.
Options, you had to stop one. You're gonna
LT. Rivers had LT.
He did. I just think Big Ben had more throughout the years.
He definitely did. Especially Le'Veon Bell. Come on now. Ill.
Yeah. Oh, remember don't sleep on those teams when he first got in with Hines Ward.
Yeah.
The defense was like the top defense in the league around that time.
And who they beat in the Super Bowl? The Cardinals.
Yeah. Cardinals
wasn't even supposed to be there.
Come on, Kurt Warner was all wise. I don't even know how he made it. I mean, yeah. That's why I feel bad for my man Fitzgerald, man. He never.
That was the worst Super Bowl I ever watched in my life. I remember that. It was terrible.
Didn't the Cardinals beat us with some lucky stuff?
Yeah, they beat us on some lucky stuff.
Yeah, that's why I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the Super Bowl because I was upset.
It was terrible. So, value picks.
Talk to me.
Whew. Give me a second to get my thoughts together. Pittsburgh 8-5-1. New Orleans at 12 and something. Obvious picks is the 2 quarterbacks.
Are they obvious picks though?
You know what? Big Ben is 6,700, so a lot of people ain't going to play him because a lot of people don't believe in him. He hasn't been producing to be priced at 60. I don't know how Draftkings does this. They price him at 6,700. Do they really believe Saints defense is that bad? They are not that bad at all. Not anymore. So I don't know what kind of formula they're using, but he should not be 6,700. So a lot of people aren't going to be picking him because of that, but I'm going to be picking him because of that. I'm all over Big Ben and Antonio Brown stack. Juju's a little bit hurt. And I have a sleeper pick for that.
Talk to me.
All right. I'm going to give the sleeper pick after the obvious play. So Big Ben, Drew Brees, Michael Thomas, Antonio Brown. Got to have them all. Because they all do, first of all. They haven't been playing fantasy-wise well in the last 3 weeks. Jalen Samuels is a little bit pricey at 6,700, but he's a play because he's going to get a lot of touches for the running back for the Pittsburgh, Jalen Samuels. And I'm big on Alvin Kamara. He has a huge, huge upside, and he's due. Just stay consistent with him. He's due. He's just due. His upside is nasty. 42 points. I'll be pissed off if I didn't pick him. And he's cheap. 7,400. Alvin Kamara. Lights, camera, action. So I think I'm big on Kamara and Michael Thomas. I'm big on Antonio Brown and Roethlisberger. Also, Vance McDonald. The Saints don't have good wide receiver core. They don't. It's all Drew Brees, man. Keep making it. The only one's good is Michael.
And I'm fading Samuels. I mean, I was big on them last week because I know Patriots was gonna. I don't think Patriots was going to allow the receiver to actually do well. So I think Pittsburgh they had to run the ball. But this week they playing the Saints. The Saints actually throughout the year, they had like one of the best, if not the best, team against the run. So I'm definitely fading Samuels because of that.
That's true. And at first I was fading Samuels. And then I was like, man, we know Mike Tomlin, man. He loves running this rock too. Sometimes he get in the moods where he just like running the rock. I'm just basically faithful off of that. I'm not gonna have him exposed as much neither. Couple of rounds because he's too high. My sleeper pick is Juju's game time decision.
He says, did you see the tweet?
Oh yeah, he said he's still going
sure. Play. Yeah, but he is questionable. So, but
I think I feel like his injury is more serious though. But if he doesn't play, they got this guy James Washington, and he catches deep balls from time to time. But my sleeper pick is Eli Rogers, wide receiver for the Steelers. Eli Rogers. I seen a lot of potential in this guy. He's been making some plays too. He's been catching a rock. He plays the slot. And I see the slot opening up because of the focus on Antonio Brown. So be mindful of Eli Rogers if you need a really, really cheap $3,000 wide receiver. He's going to get some tick, and he catches punts. So why not?
Sound like a good pick.
Yeah, that's a super sleeper there. Trying to get that millionaire maker.
I heard that.
Go and get it. Go and get it. But yeah, that's if Juju don't play though. But if he do play, I'll stay away from him. But so
Juju is aware that in tournament that fantasy players are in the final stage of the tournament. So you want to play for all the fans that pick him.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about, which is weird because most teams be like, I don't care about your fantasy league. And
right.
He's actually embracing it.
He's embracing it. I love that about him.
Yeah. I like the two quarterbacks too, but like it is a little scary when
it's scary, man.
How well the defense been playing.
They think it's gonna be 55 over and under. I mean, it's been like that the last 3 weeks for both teams. It's been under every time. Yeah. So people think it's gonna be a shootout. It might not be. It might be. I'm more on the it will be a shootout. Whoa, side.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more on it will be a shootout side. I believe it's going to
be a shootout. They are playing in the dorm. If they were playing in Pittsburgh, I will go like under. But I think
it's in the dome.
Yeah.
Saints play the last 3 games. The Saints have been playing away too. You got to keep in mind.
Yeah.
They've been playing away every time. Every time they've been playing away. So be mindful of that. So I'm all over them Saints. Not picking Ben Watson. Motherfucker can't catch. He can catch, but he's been dropping some passes. Kirkwood, none of them other players I'm picking. Oh, my boy Ted Ginn Jr. is back. That's going to open up a lot.
Ted Ginn is playing this week, huh?
Yeah, he's playing this week. So be mindful of that one. Let me see how much he costs real quick. Let's see. How do you feel about the defenses, though?
I'm not playing any defense against Big Ben, and actually, if I would pick one defense in this game, it'd probably be the Saints defense, because Big Ben do like turning the ball over. But I'm not playing the Pittsburgh defense. No, sir, nope. I know Joe Hayden had his, interception, but nope.
They are so cheap. I mean, yeah, I'm not paying Pittsburgh defense. If anything, I would play Saints defense, because they're at home. And Cameron Jordan had a bad week last week.
Yeah.
So he's due to get a couple sacks. And yeah.
They also have a few things working for them with Big Ben like to hold on to the ball, the opportunities for sacks, and he like to throw the ball to the opposite teams also. So opportunities for interception or touchdown for the defense. So
that's true. But another thing, they both got really good offensive lines too. They're one of the top 5 offensive lines for both teams. They're both top 5, top 3 actually. They both are. So that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a nice game to watch too. I'm gonna watch that game.
I heard that.
Saints need to clinch the home field advantage, I believe. They still haven't clinched it yet, so they got a lot to play for.
As of today, Pittsburgh is not even in the playoff.
Shouldn't have tied with the damn Browns. I don't understand that one.
The Ravens winning last night, Pittsburgh is like currently on the outside looking in.
That's a shame.
Yeah. I kind of hope they don't make it.
So your boy Ted Ginn Jr. is $3,000 and he's back. So that's another sleeper. That's a sleeper. Nobody even knows that news came out. Think about it. Motherfucker's gonna be like, damn, how he know to pick Ted Ginn? He's a speedy receiver.
Yeah. All he needs is a couple one.
That's it.
That's all.
Return a punt too.
Yeah. Anything else for this game?
That's it.
We still will touch on the Chiefs and the Seahawks game. It's such a big game.
Yeah. It's the last one?
Yeah, it's the last one. That's the Monday night game.
Oh, I'm shocked on how high the over-under is for this game. I'm shocked.
Hold on. They don't have Monday night game? This is Sunday night game, it looked like.
Oh, snap. It is Sunday. No game on Christmas Eve.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Wow. Damn. You're right. So, the over-under. So we gotta be careful with these wide receivers for the Seahawks.
Oh, I must correct that. They do have Monday night. It's the Broncos and Raiders. So we will not touch on that game.
No, it's no point.
That game is Chiefs and Seahawks. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No point touching on that. I like Tyreek Hill. I like Damian Williams. I like Patrick Mahomes. I don't think it's going to be a shootout. I don't know why the over-under is 55. I just can't see it. I can't see it. I think the running back does well again. What's his name?
Carson?
Yeah. You had a good pick on him last week.
Yeah.
I think he does well again because they like running the ball.
They run the ball a lot.
They love it, man. They love it. They love it.
And what I realized when you play those high-power offense like the Chiefs, you have to keep the ball away from the quarterback. So they have the recipe to keep the ball away from the quarterback.
Yeah. And Seahawks defense ain't bad neither. It's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Not bad. They hit hard too.
Okay.
Them cats hit. They know how to hit, but uh, Patrick Mahomes. He an MVP candidate, man. He's been playing. He's been hot, coming off of a loss. Tyreek Hill, one of the fastest people in the NFL.
Yeah.
That opens up the defense a lot. I mean, it's scary.
I'll tell you a scary part about this game. The Seahawks is way more desperate than the Chiefs, because the Chiefs with the Chargers losing last night, they pretty much guaranteed to win the division. If they win today, they'll win the division. Even if they don't win, all they need is to win against the Raiders next week. So I don't think they're going to play this hard to try and win this game. And Seahawks is desperate, and Seahawks playing at home. So that's kind of like scary to pick some of the players.
Well, Chiefs players.
Yeah, because they're not that desperate.
Well, I thought they got a chance to clinch home field advantage.
Yes, but with the Chargers losing, they have some leverage.
Yeah. Oh,
If the Chargers
oh,
if the
got
Chargers
you.
won
Got you.
last night,
They
I
did
would have
lose
been
last night. I forgot about that. You're right.
so now all they need is to win against the Raiders, which will be a much easier game than
I
playing
see.
a more physical Seahawks team that could hurt some of your players.
Yeah, they are
Spencer
so
Ware is
physical.
out. Yeah, Spencer Ware is out. I mean, they took a third running back, so
I
I
don't even think Kansas City wins this game. I mean, their favorite -1.5. I'm definitely picking Seattle.
mm,
Seattle's coming off a loss to the damn San Francisco though, so you gotta be mindful of that. Uh, so I'm not playing Russell Westbrook. I mean, Russell Wilson. Uh, Tyreek Hill has 1,000 yards. Tyler Lockett is a good pick in this situation too. He's a very speedy, explosive player.
mm,
Doug Baldwin had his big game last week, so he's not gonna have a big game this week. Uh, yeah, I'll definitely pick Tyler Lockett.
and the Chiefs defense is not that good. I mean,
Then
be
they got
careful
Eric
with that
Berry.
too, because they what's his name? Eric Berry just came back.
Yeah, he came back, so there's a little skew in their stats.
Yep, yep,
Um, so damn, I'm shocked it's at 55.5 though. They think that's gonna be a shootout. Mm, might be. Who knows?
yeah. I mean, anything else for this game?
Uh, Chiefs are first in offensive points. Seattle is ninth.
Oh, that's another thing for you. So it's probably gonna sound weird. Mahomes actually give up the ball a lot in primetime games.
Yeah, I told you, Andy Reid known for picking them damn choke artists.
Yeah, yeah, he's known for that. Like,
Yeah,
dude had like what 5, 6 turnovers in one game. That's crazy.
yeah. I was watching that damn Rams game. I'm like, dang, you threw 2 interceptions in like 2 minutes. The last 2 minutes too. Oh man,
Yeah,
you killed me on that. But yeah, Mahomes is a good play. Always, any MVP candidate is a good play.
yeah.
Um, I'll pick Seahawks. I would not pick Seahawks defense.
Okay. You don't think
Like,
Mahomes is capable of giving them a couple intercept 2, 3 picks in a fumble? It's a lot of
no,
points.
not coming off of a loss, and not the way Andy Reid likes throwing the ball.
Yeah. I mean, Andy
Oh,
Reid don't do as well in the later part of the year.
yeah. Andy Reid does terrible against Seahawks anyway. I mean, against Pete Carroll, so I do got to watch out for that.
Yeah, and they are playing in Seattle, so
Yeah, Seattle coming off loss.
they
Oh, that's interesting.
yeah the team is built more around like warmer weather type. So
Yeah, yeah. The contrarian pick, the super sleeper, that game is the tight end. Oh, I forgot about the tight end, Travis Kelsey. That's not
ah
super sleeper, but he's a huge pick because Seattle does terrible against tight ends. So pick tight end Travis Kelsey. You all over that one.
That's
a
weird.
bag.
We can talk about the Chiefs for this long, and it took us this long to bring up Travis Kelce. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but sleeper pick Damian Williams or D Williams. I don't know his first name for the Chiefs running back. That's it.
All right. Nice. Let's move on
Move on.
to our Vegas picks.
Vegas picks. What list are you using?
Um, we could start with, the same order we just went. We could start with Cincinnati at Cleveland. What you got for this game?
Hold on. Yeah, you're gonna have to state it.
I got so the Cincinnati at the Browns. It's Browns is a 9.5 point favorite, and over under at 44. What you got?
I like Bengals. They're gonna cover that division game.
Wow, that's a bold prediction.
Yeah, I've been big on Bengals picks, so I think that. What do you think?
I like Bengals too. I'm not a big believer in the Browns, so I'm not big on the Browns. I'm not big on Baker like that. So yeah, that's why. So anything
Next,
else? Next pick, we have Buffalo at New England. The New England is 13.5 point favorite, and over and under at 44.5. What you got?
New England covers. Tom Brady, 3 touchdowns, 300 yards
Yeah, I think they covered too.
at Foxborough. Yeah.
Yeah, they dominate that division. They only struggle in Miami.
Yep.
As they really struggle. But Dallas, Tampa Bay at Dallas. I think I know where you had in this one. Dallas, 7 point favorite, over or under at 47.5. What you got?
I never trust Dallas covering.
Yeah.
Like, especially 7.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
They might
but
win by like 3 points or something like that, right?
yeah, they win by 3 points, 6 points. They're not big on scoring, so I got Tampa Bay. But they are coming off of a shutout, so who knows? Ezekiel Elliott is going to get a lot of touches. They need to win the division. They're going to be playing hard. I heard Jeff Garrett, that dude was on a hot seat again.
Who?
So,
Jason Garrett?
yeah, if they lose, he's going to be on a hot seat.
Jason Garrett is not going to be on the hot seat. The owner loved him some Jason Garrett.
He loved money, too.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like Tampa Bay to cover.
Okay.
I like Tampa Bay to win. I'm picking them to win.
Ooh, you
Yeah.
a beast.
Yeah, I'm picking them straight up to win.
Oh, you a beast.
So we have Atlanta at Carolina Panthers. And we know Cam Newton is out. Atlanta is a 3 point favorite as of right now. What you got?
I don't trust Atlanta at all. I'm picking the Panthers. I can't stand Atlanta. I've been wrong every time when they have to cover. So division game, Heineke shocks the world, keeps it close. They win by a field. Panthers win by a field goal.
Wow, that would be interesting because Kim couldn't do it. The backup quarterback come in and win the game. They on a 6-game losing streak.
I know, it's terrible.
Yeah, that's a tough one for me.
Dolphins on the road.
I think Falcons win this game. I think they cover.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a division game, but I think Falcons cover.
Yeah.
Chicago at 49ers.
Chicago covers.
Oh, you think Chicago cover? Yeah.
It don't matter if it's 7.5, 10.5. I don't care what it is. Chicago's covering that.
They're only at 4.5.
That's crazy. That's nuts.
They must know something we don't know.
Yeah, they know something. They know something. They know something. But it's at San Francisco. But the Bears, that damn Khalil Mack is just. I be watching him. He be pushing the offensive line into the quarterback. Like that's how he be getting his sacks.
Wow.
But yeah, when they put that pressure on him, man, they're gonna go up, man.
And then you have, I think Chicago covered too. Next game we have is the Giants at Colts. Colts is 9.5-point favorite. Over and under at 48.
I'm always big on the Giants as an underdog. Always.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they cover. I mean, 9.5 is a lot of points to give to any team. That's too much.
Especially Colts team, they got beat 6-0.
Exactly. I mean, people think they really good now because they shut down the
Cowboys
23-0. That's not really saying much. It's the Cowboys.
The Cowboys.
And then we have Jackson.
Say that one more time.
Huh?
What did you say?
Oh, Jaguars at Dolphins. And the battle of the Sunshine State.
That's a bad game.
Dolphins is 3.5-point favorite.
That's a tough one. That should be a pick me.
Yeah, I think they give Dolphins 3 points for being at home, which I don't even know how they're considered a home game. They have to travel down south. I like Jacksonville to cover.
Oh.
I like Jacksonville to cover. 3.5 points. I think that's
Cody Kessler though?
Yeah. What you got?
Yeah, you're right. It's 3.5. They're gonna win by 3.
Yep.
You're right. Yeah. I'll pick Jacksonville to cover that one too.
And next one we have Green Bay at the Jets. Green Bay is the 3-point favorite. Jets been playing much better lately, being very competitive. What you got?
I got Green Bay. Like I said, they got a lot to play for. Some records to be broken. Franchise histories to be made. Jets defense isn't good against the pass. So Green Bay covers. Hall of Famer.
All right, cool. I agree. Green Bay cover. Next one I have it's Houston at your very own Philadelphia Eagles. I know what you got for this game. Do I need to tell you for this game?
No. Like I'm cut. Just letting everybody know I am completely biased. This is not financial advice. I'm completely biased. I'm picking the Eagles because I need them to win so we can go to the playoffs. We're at home. The Texans have pretty good offense, but Hopkins is a game time decision. So wouldn't be surprised if that line moved.
Yeah. Eagles only a 2.5-point favorite. I mean, he opened at Texas being a 3-point favorite, which is like swaying to people keep betting on the Eagles. That is scary because
that is scary.
But we always say Vegas is undefeated, so money coming in on the Eagles make me feel like Texans might win this game.
Yeah,
but I'm still picking the Eagles. So
I'm stepping on the Eagles too. They cover.
Yeah,
At home, Nick Foles still got all their offensive weapons. So
next game we have Minnesota at Detroit.
I like Detroit.
The Vikings is 6.5-point favorite. Yeah.
I like Detroit. I think Vikings they did too well last week. People are up on them. They blew somebody out. Who was it? It was like 41 to something. Uh,
But the Vikings,
yeah,
they were playing the Dolphins.
yeah, they blew them out.
The
Uh,
Dolphins.
it was like they covered a 14.5 point spread. I hit it on a reverse. But
That, the other part, Dolphins 7-7 is not. It's not. It's kind of like screw a little bit because they started the season like 4-0.
uh
So they're not that good. So they were better at the beginning. Now they like horrible.
terrible. Terrible.
But 7-7.
Yeah. Detroit covers that with the division game. People don't expect Detroit to do well, and they're gonna do well.
Yeah. Other 4 o'clock game we have Rams at Arizona.
Rams.
Rams, you don't even care about the spread.
Mm-hmm.
They have Rams at 14.
Yeah.
You still taking them?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
They
Rams.
had at 21. I'll take them.
We have game of the week, Pittsburgh at New Orleans. They have the Saints at 6.5 point favorite.
Ew, I don't like that.
Who you got?
I got Pittsburgh, but you know they known to burn people.
Both teams too. Both of
Yep.
us.
Yep. Well, I'm definitely gonna pick Pittsburgh. They're not gonna lose by that much. Well, that's a touchdown. So, oh man, that's tough. I'm picking Pittsburgh.
I'm picking the Saints.
Ooh.
Pittsburgh is actually more desperate. I think that you know,
Saints don't got no wide receiver.
yeah, because they currently out of the playoff, but I'm rooting for them not to make the playoff. So
Wow.
probably picking more with my heart than my head. So
Coming off beating the Patriots, they are a little bit more confident.
yeah. I mean,
So
some people believe that that's the first time they beat the Patriots in a while, so they feel
yeah,
like it could turn their whole season around.
yeah,
I'm not rooting against them for what they did to Le'Veon Bell.
yeah, yeah. They could get that man some money.
Yeah. Last game is the Chief at the Seahawks.
What's the spread?
The spread for that game is Chiefs is a 2 point favorite.
That's it.
Yeah, but they are playing in Seattle though. So
Seattle coming off a loss. That's a tough one.
yeah,
Whew. I'm picking the Chiefs. I'm picking the Chiefs. I feel like I should not be picking the Chiefs because Andy Reid does terrible against Pete Carroll.
yeah.
Uh, but
I'm picking the Chiefs too. I mean, yeah.
got an MVP guy back there, man. This dude's balling.
They had to find a way to win this game.
Yeah,
Just for the confidence.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's it for the Vegas picks.
That's it for the Vegas picks. That seems like that's what it is.
What you got? Anything else? Any conviction play or anything like that?
Let's see. So we talked about just a recap. We got. I'm gonna tell you. Recap. Ted Ginn Jr., Deshaun Jackson, Zach Ertz coming off a bad game, Deshaun Watson. Eagles do terrible against dual threat quarterbacks. Eagles defense is a good pick. Uh, but Eagles defense might play a lot of snaps. It might get tired fast. That's why the dual threat quarterback might be good. So Taylor Heineke, a CMC stack, McCaffrey stack. Jared Goff, people are low on him. Bills, there's a lot of air yards towards Zay Jones. So be lookout for Zay Jones. Had 2 bad weeks. He has high upside. Jay Williams from the Green Bay Packers was the running back. Is going to get a lot of workload. Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers stack. No Randall Cobb, like you said. He had 12 targets per game, Devontae Adams. Aaron Rodgers is going to be 3% owned. He's a record for franchise. Baker Mayfield is a good pick as a contrarian, even though he's like 60 something hundred. He's -10 against the bad defense of the Bengals. Richard Trubisky, top fantasy QB, is 6 out of the 9 times. Um, Dalvin Cook, Vikings are now committed to the run, so Dalvin Cook, and that's it for my recap. Oh, Ezekiel Elliott, you gotta pick him no matter what his price is. They're big on him. His offense goes around him. Amari Cooper is coming off a shutout, playing at home. And Dak, I'm not picking Dak Prescott, but some people are.
Oh, sir. No Dak. The Dak attack.
Dak attack. So, big on Big Ben because a lot of shit talk on Twitter about him not being in the top 5 in this generation. So.
Yeah, I like the Zig pick a lot. Me, I'm always big on David Johnson.
Ooh.
Yeah, so, that's my conviction pick. Those two right here. And build your lineups around them. Pick some cheap quarterback. I like Panthers quarterback that's coming in. So
4,000.
Yep. That's it.
That's it. Let's go in and let's go. Let's get that money.
Let's get it.
It's easy this week, man. It's easier this week
than
last week.
It is.
I mean, you could tell by what everybody's saying in the news, just trying to kind of do the opposite of what's going on.
Yep.
You'll win. So you got to have some lineups where they think it's going to be a shootout. I mean, where they don't think, when they do think, just have the complete. You know what? I'm going to make a lineup of everything opposite of what the experts are saying.
So everything you're going to build a lineup of Jacksonville and Dolphins players.
Exactly. Or
you just like to donate free money, don't you?
Yeah, donate. But it's like you said it on this episode. That could be the one. That could be the one. D. Westbrook. He's not a bad pick. I mean, he's been getting uptick in targets. So Shay, who knows? Tannehill's still playing. He can throw the rock a lot.
Yeah.
But who knows? I mean, you gotta pick some sleepers.
True. That's true.
Just one lineup. Gotta be contrarian completely.
I agree.
Yeah. Oh, let's get that money, man. Next time I talk to you, I'm gonna be a millionaire.
I heard that. Let's get it.
We give half to you and half to my mom and make another million.
You gotta make the million just to give it away, man. You're such a great friend and
making $1 million is a layup. It's a layup.
It is. Yeah.
Layup.
I mean, you don't even need to practice to make a layup.
You gotta have that footwork.
Hey, ask Lonzo Ball how hard it is. Oh, by the way, we are doing a basketball sportcast.
Yes, we're gonna start NBA fantasy and NBA talk. So especially we're gonna start that on Christmas, right?
Yeah, because that's when the season really starts. I mean,
woo, LeBronzo.
LeBronzo.
Coming up with some name.
I heard that.
So I'm very excited for that. I can't wait. So be in tune. Make sure y'all comment, subscribe, tell your friends. We are here. We out here doing our thing.
Yes, sir. We out.
All right, man. Rule number 1.
Get your money first.
Rule number 2.
Don't forget to get your money first.
All right, signing out. Peace.
Peace.
Good success.